My name is Marissa Aguirre, and I'm giving a commemorative speech today about my dad. The speech is called "You Don't Have to Be Successful at 20, Don't Give Up." If you can't get in the front door, you can always go in the back door, is what my dad used to always say about anything, because you might not necessarily get what you want the first time that you try. Maybe you won't get into that school the first time, or you won't make a straight A the first time you take that class. Of course, we all say that our fathers are inspiration. But I'm not saying that my father's my inspiration only because he's my father. It's more than that. It was because he was tenacious, and and if someone told him that he would not succeed, he would keep trying until he succeeded. It just made him work harder, which is something that we all can learn to do. He never gave up no matter what the challenge was. Like I said, he would always tell me and my sister, if you can't get in the front door, try the back door. This is how he always used to challenge us. He didn't get into med school the first time that he tried, or the second time. It was the third time before he was actually accepted. When he was a teenager, he started out at the shipyard, thinking that he was going to do that his entire life. He was an average kind of student in high school, more worried about getting out of high school than where his future would be afterwards. He thought he had his life planned out, though, that he would work in the shipyard, doing electric work, but then his father died. When his father died, he decided to change his life. He gave up the shipyard apprentice program, after he finished the apprentice program, and attended a community college. After attending community college, he then sought to go farther. He went from getting a bachelor's degree to getting a master's, and when he didn't get into med school, he then went on to get a PhD in medicinal chemistry and then applied again for med school. He again didn't get in, then tried one more time and got in and had multiple choices of where to attend. He even had one time an interviewer at a medical school look him in the face and tell him that he was no one who cared. That in school he was an average student, so why should they accept him? Even though he had done well in college, in high school he made B's and C's, so he clearly didn't care. All the while, this woman was literally knitting socks while doing his med school interview, telling him that he was a goof-off. This is a story he would always tell us and laugh about, because why should he be upset now? He was a doctor, he made it. And even though he had a lot of challenges, there was no FAFSA, there was no money to get in from his family, he took out student loans, did well, and paid them off. In fact, he was a father the entire time he was in med school. I was born the first day of medical school, and 16 months later, my sister was born. He worked while he was in school and persevered. My mother stayed at home and babysat to make ends meet, but my dad worked full-time while in med school. But he still succeeded even after all that. Even though my dad didn't make it in the first two times in med school, made it into the third time, he finally became a DM. Even though he was told he would never make it. Not only by the woman who was knitting socks, but by multiple other colleges too. So he always told us, don't give up. Keep going. See where this could lead you. Don't give up on your dreams. And so that's what my sister and I always have learned. So what I'm trying to tell you is, don't listen to the haters and believe in yourself. In fact, here's a picture of my father when he finally got his final dream, to have his own practice. This was when they were making the sign before they were building the building. And he was so excited and proud of this moment. And he didn't show pride very often because he also taught us to be humble. But he was so excited about this moment where he'd have his own practice. And so he didn't get in the first time, didn't get in the second, got in the third, and he went and didn't get in the front door, but he got in the back door. Thank you, guys.